O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado, que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
Hello everyone and welcome to another day of the Cultura Inglesa's tournament. Let's hope that we're gonna have some really interesting matches for us today. Actually, I'm sure that we will. And today we're gonna have the advanced teams playing. So let's see how the matches shape out. So it appears that we are into picks and bans. Interesting. Just a quick reminder that this is a blind pick and ban phase. So there are actually no bans. So each team can pick whatever they want, which should be pretty interesting. And we have a Samira locked in for the red team. Pretty volatile bot lane already, paired up with a trash. Mordekaiser locked in with the Syndra for the blue team. Already stacking up in the P department. A Jhin, pretty standard. If he gets paired up with a Morgana, that should be a pretty safe and strong, actually, bottom lane that might be able to counter some of the aggression from the red team's bottom lane. We have a Shen in the top lane, Orianna mid lane, and a Vi in the jungle. The blue team rounds things out with a Morgana and a Rammus. Right, so we have everything locked in, and yep, two pretty interesting drafts. Right, so guys, as we load up the game, we're gonna have a quick break, and we'll be back here in 4 minutes. All right, see you then.
O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado, que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
And we are back, and let's get right into the game, everybody. So pretty standard start so far. Both teams just looking to set up some vision, being really careful of any possible invades. So it appears that we will not get any crazy level 1 from either team. Now, what I'll be looking to see in this early game is what Ramos is going to look for in terms of his pathing. Where is he going to look to gank first is what I'm interested in. And there might be a chance for him to gank the Shane early. I think it's always a good strategy to attack the lane that has a global, so you prevent him from having too big of an impact on the map. Let's see if that is the strategy that Ramos goes for. Now, as for the mid lane, we have a Syndra Orianna matchup, which also really gets really no volley after level 6 when both of these champions get their ultimates. Syndra has a lot of kill pressure in this lane, so when they get to that point, Orianna will have to play it safe and wait for ganks from nearby. The top lane, Mordekaiser with the early push, which is expected, goes in for a bit of a trade. Level 2 against level 1 of the chain gets a pretty favorable trade, backs off, crashes the wave against the turret, still goes for some more punishment. Don't know if that was the best choice, considering that he got hit by the tower. Both bottom lanes level 2. The Trash might want to go for a play here, considering that Morgana still might not have her black shield. After that, it might get pretty hard for him to get a significant all-in. Vice patching top, might look for a gank here. The more the Kaiser doesn't seem to realize, Shen goes in with the taunt. Oh my god, a flash away from the Mordekaiser. Very good play by the top laner of the blue team. There's a stun from the Syndra connects in the mid lane. Ramos and Vi trading in the bush. Vi appears to lose that trade, so she decides to back off. And nothing is gained from either side. Great Rook from the Trash goes in for the flare. Samira also goes in. Ignite down. Oh my word, flash away from the Jin. So that's a favorable trade. Oh, Ramos is looking for a gank in the mid lane. Orianna has no mana. She might have to flash away here. Holding on to the flash for now. Vi might want to counter. Goes in. Trades back with the Ramos. She's pretty healthy. Ramos might have to flash. A first blood for the red team. Orianna, even though she had almost no mana, manages to get a kill off that situation. She held on to the flash. Really great play from the Orianna, knowing how much damage she could take, backing off, and then going back in for the first blood for the red team. And we also have to keep track of the summoners spent in the bottom lane. Jin lost both his flash and his heal, whereas the red team only wasted Ignite from Trash. So far, for now, both bottom lanes just looking to farm. Jin is gonna have to play extra safe now that he doesn't have a flash. Might have to rely on Morgana's Black Shield. And the Orianna with the Q she got, went back to base, got 2 items. Took a bit of a bad trade now. Not much of a trade, honestly. Just got poked down heavily. Mordekaiser is taunted. Loses this trade, but still goes in. And a lot of action in the mid lane. A great stun from the Syndra. But Vi was there and prevented any further attempts from the blue team's mid laner. Shen with the waves stacked. Here the Mordekaiser will have to TP and try to push in that wave. The Vi is in the mid lane once more. Syndra is trying to dodge, has to flash away. And a great ultimate from the Orianna. Goes in with the extra move speed. Just, oh my word, the arm mechanics from the Syndra, but the Vice is there to collect some really needed payback. And with that, Orianna might actually lose some of the initial advantage she had gotten from the earlier play. And honestly, don't know if that was her best choice in that scenario. The top lane, Mordekaiser is accruing quite a big lead here. He's currently 17 CS up on the Shen. Of course, Shen has his ultimate ready, so he might look to impact the other lanes. But so far, things looking good for the blue team in terms of the solo laners. The bottom lane is suffering a little bit. Samira is dominating the lane with a good CS advantage, spell advantage, and once they get back to lane, the trash might look for more aggression. The jungler is now just farming away, looking to reach their level 6. I believe the Vi reaching level 6 is going to be huge for the red team. Great stun for the Syndra. Orianna has to walk back. She's taking some pretty heavy punishment now. And this lane is getting rough for the Orianna. Mordekaiser is still controlling the lane really, really well. Vi is looking to path top lane. She might look for a gank. Don't know if that's the best choice, considering that Mordekaiser can isolate either of them. And there you go. He owed the Shen. And solo kill for the top laner of the blue team. Great play from the Mordekaiser. As I said, I don't think it's a great choice to gank the Mordekaiser. He's gonna isolate one of you and solo kill you. And that's exactly what happens. And Syndra is looking to put down even more pressure. Vi has to back away from the wave. And the blue team is getting some really good advantage in this early game. 8 minutes in, they have 500 gold advantage. Ramos is stealing Vi's red buff now. And they are distributing really well this lead that Mordekaiser has. The red team is now trying to get something back for themselves, looking for the first Drake of the game. And the Ramos pretty smartly goes and will try to exchange that for the Rift Herald. Orianna with the flash, the ult, and the Morgana is dead. Great play from the red team's mid laner. That's a kill on to the Orianna. Samira went in, got stunned, but nothing else to be had. In the meantime, Syndra pushes in the wave. Might look for some turret plates. Vi is in the mid lane to stop that from happening. And the red team is not letting the blue team's pressure get to them. They're trying to fight back. Great stun from Syndra, but no mana, so she cannot follow up on anything else. All things considered, I think Jin is holding on to what has been a really tough lane for him. Not that far behind, actually. If you think about it, he's 20 CS down, considering that he has been summonerless for quite some time. That's actually pretty good. And the blue team actually took down the first tower in the top lane. Samira goes in with the ultimate. Orianna is here, might look for something else, but she decides against it. They are pushing the wave band, might look for a dive, Orianna still has her ultimate. Morgana might not have the black shield in time. She stayed here, gets ulted, and that's an easy pickup from the Orianna. Great play from the red team. As I said, they're not letting the pressure from the blue team get to them, and they're fighting back from an early disadvantage. Now they are 1k 400 gold behind, but still making plays. Syndra collecting some turret plates in the mid lane. She might actually be even in gold, even though she's 2 kills behind the Orianna, just because she has more farm. She collected 2 turret plates. Ramos, did he steal that? Oh, that must be a tutor. And Mordekaiser is here looking for the ultimate, but why just gets through the wall and walks away. Some trading in the mid lane. Orianna pushes in the wave, tries to control a little bit of the vision in the mid lane. Both solo laners now just farming it out, just waiting for their junglers to make their presence known. Jin is now almost back to having his heal up. Will still not have his flash for quite some time, so it might be a good opportunity for the Vi to look for a gank in the bottom lane. She's farming her blue at this moment. The wave, it's actually pushing in the favor of that. So if she does the grump and paths bottom lane, it might be a great play for her. And we have to keep stock of Shane's ultimate at all times. He has it available. So if they go for a play here, yeah, Vi decides against it, looks for a reset. She'll go to base. Let's see if she buys anything significant. Okay, so 700 gold spent, and her red will be up in just a moment. She might look for that. Remus doing his red, pathing bot lane now. If Morgana connects with the binding, although I don't think the lane state is the best for a gank. The red team is freezing here, so blue team will have to do something about it soon. Being in the vision, Remus know that he's spotted, but will clear some vision out. He's still looking for a gank. Okay, so the red team knows he's there, calls for the Orianna. That's not enough. That's a kill onto the trash. Syndra's here with a teleport. In the meantime, 2v1 for the Mordekaiser might kill the Shen here, and he gets it. Now the Vi will have to run away. She cannot deal with this Mordekaiser, which flashes away. Great flash from the Vi. But the Mordekaiser will turn every single 2v1 into his favor. I don't know why Vi is insisting on ganking top lane when she could actually have gotten something in the bottom lane. That said, blue team has gotten a Drake for themselves, and the game is pretty even, I would say, even though there's a 2.5k lead for the blue team. If you look in terms of items, nothing to be super worried for the red team. Rams is looking for a gank, gets hooked. Great play from the trash. Has to flash away. Don't know if that was needed. Stun from the Syndra connects. Ramos clearing some vision here. And things cool down for a bit. Samira getting a pretty huge CS lead now, over 30 minions ahead of the Jhin. That's gotta be scary for the blue team. If this Samira gets fed, oh my god. Great stun from the Syndra ultimate, and that's an easy solo kill for the blue team's mid laner. Vice trying to get something in return. Goes in with the Q, decides not to use her ultimate. Great stun from the Syndra. Ramos is here. Will there be any follow-up? Okay, great kill. Another solo kill for the blue team's mid laner. Some trading going on in bot lane. Samira goes in with the ultimate. Heals the Morgana. The shield from the mythic item is pretty handy at this point. Yeah, and this Samira is getting out of control. They might look for a dive here onto the Jhin. Flashes the hook. Bad play from the trash. They have to get out of here, I think. Team with the 4 shot. Lots of damages onto the Samira. Blocks the W. Great dodge from the ultimate. TP from the Mordekaiser, not the best of the positions. He still might look to go in. Samira is pretty low. Syndra is here to collect. So, alright, another kill onto the Syndra. Mordekaiser ults the trash. When he comes out of the ultimate, he's definitely dead. And another kill for the Syndra. This Syndra is huge. 5-1 and 0. 128 CS. She will go back to base. Get her upgraded boots. Plus an arm seekers. Pretty defensive choice, actually. I think she could have opted for something more aggressive, considering how far ahead she is of the Orianna. But all things considered, it's never a bad choice to opt for some defensive stats. Vi going on to the Ramos alone in the jungle here, gets stunned, gets taunted. Easy kill for the Mordekaiser. Don't know what Vi was thinking there. Ultimate from the Orianna. Okay, she might look for a solo kill here. That will be a big shutdown, and she gets it. 800 gold into her pocket. Great play from the Orianna. Yeah, and this might even things out in the mid lane. Great play from the Orianna. She needed that. Uses the ult plus the extra movement speed from her rune choice. It was pretty easy to dodge everything the Syndra threw her way. In the meantime, this Mordekaiser is free farming in the top lane 301. A 500 bounty on his head. He's more than 100 CS up against the Shen, so has more than Flame Horizon the Shen at this point. Samira goes in. Now she has to wall back. Great play from the trash onto the 2 players from the bot lane. Vi is here, decides to walk away. Mordekaiser is hitting away on the tower. One more wave and he might get it. Great E. Shen will have to go to base soon or he will die. He will definitely have to die here. He has to give up the tower. Yeah, Mordekaiser is a big bully. And when you pick a Shen, you're pretty much defenseless. So that's expected. But 2 towers in under 20 minutes. Ooh, that's scary. Orianna is here. Dodges the E. Gets hit by the Q. Makes good use of the extra movement speed. Ults the Mordekaiser, trying to keep him at arm's length. Gets hit by the E. She might get killed here. Don't know if that was the best of the choices. It gets bonked on the head by the Mordekaiser, who is 4-0-1 now. 4-0-1. That's a pretty tanky Mordekaiser. Great flash stun from the Syndra. Hits 2 members. Samira is deleted from the face of the earth. Trash is soon to follow. And blue team is getting away with this game. And to top it all off, they get a free Infernal Drake. And Mordecai is still pushing away on the top lane. Oh my god, this game, it's snowballing out of control pretty quickly. Syndra is making some really big plays, flashed in, got a double stun, and it was easy from there. Turrets down. It's Samira had a very big lead onto the Jhin. It's not even relevant at this point anymore because of the solo laners. If you look at the solo laners from the blue team, both of them have accrued some really big leads. And a TP here from the Syndra. Vi escapes, flashes away from the stun, gets hit by 2 kills. Syndra decides not to ult. She actually did not have her ultimate. Mordekaiser has to flash away. There's 4 people from the red team here, 5 actually, but they accomplish nothing from that. I don't know. This Shen pick does not seem to be really effective. I don't think I have seen one ultimate from him that was impactful at all. We have to actually say that he was getting bullied really hard by the Mordekaiser, so that might be the reason, right? And now 4 people here on the top lane trying to kill the Mordekaiser. Shen is backing away, some miscommunication there. Mordekaiser ults the Trash. Trash puts down the cage, but will get killed. He will, but then Vi collects some pretty needed shutdown gold onto the Mordekaiser. Vi completed her Triforce. They might look for a play here in the mid lane. Syndra backs away. Doesn't even have to burn her Zonias. It's pretty hard to think how the red team will ever be able to find their way back into this game. Orianna is strong. Okay, you have that in your favor. But other than that, there's not much else. Samira had a lead in the early game, which was not relevant at all. So now Ramos making a call for the Baron. Mordekaiser TP'd in. They might look to mend this Baron. Okay, great ultimate from the Orianna. Vi is here. They killed the Morgana, and now Jhin is down too. Great play from the Orianna. And that's how they can crawl their way back into this game, getting some really needed shutdown. In the meantime, they're still trying to two-man the Baron, and they might actually get to do that, which might put some extra pressure onto the red team. Smite down, Mordekaiser bonks the Baron, and that's a free Baron. Not free because they got 2 kills in return. I don't know if I feel happy if I'm the red team. Did I lose a Baron? Yeah, I did, but at least I got 2 shutdowns, and that might be worth. Samira still with only 1 item completed. Jhin has completed his 2nd major item, and this Jhin is actually getting scary now. If you ever get low and you get hit, you're instantly dead with this purchase. Mordekaiser is still applying pressure in the top lane. No one's looking to respond. They know if they go there, they might get 1v4'd, to be honest. And that's not what they want at this point. They're trying to contest vision in the dragon area. Orianna looking for the blue buff. Gets it. We'll try to put down some wards now. Rams is here. Trying to clear vision. The dragon will be spawning soon. So that's why there's a big contest for vision now. Ramos clears away. Pink ward in the bush. Red team is not backing away though. They don't want to give this one for free. They have to do something about the Mordekaiser, or they're gonna lose this inhibitor. And that's for certain. If you don't respond to Mordekaiser, you're gonna lose your inhibitor, and that's what is happening at this point. Trash is here. Trash and Shen, they are giving the dragon away. They have to do that. Vi is looking for an ultimate. Back off, Vi. Back off. That's not a good play. That's not a good play. Yeah, she backs off. For now. Starts charging her Q. Hits it. Connects. Ults the Mordekaiser. He hasn't ulted anyone. Ults the Vi now. Will she get killed? I think she will. Bonked on the head. Mordekaiser is turning this away. Uses the Sonya. Dodges. Doesn't manage to dodge the taunt. Gets killed by the trash. Still pretty worth though. 3 people trying to kill you on the top lane. You get one of them. I'll call it worth. Oh my word. That's a lot of damage. Dodges away from the ultimate. Great play from the Syndra. She might get killed though. Does she have the Zonias? She does. She opts not to use. Flashes away. Stuns the Orianna. And that's it. So pretty good footwork from the Syndra dodging away from the ultimate. Before that she had already killed the Samira. And this game, it's getting extremely rough for the red team. They are 11k behind. The blue team is 1 Drake away from Infernal Soul. Can you imagine how much damage the Syndra will be doing with the Infernal Soul? It's basically she hits her Q button against any of the enemies and they might get deleted. So yeah, the red team definitely has to fight for the next Drake if they ever want to have any chance at coming back from this deficit. Samira trying to do the red here. I will give it for her. Syndra clear vision in the mid lane. Mordekaiser goes in, misses the E, and then Vi uses her Q to get away. 27 minutes of the game. 12k lead for the blue team. And they are on the right track to closing out this game. I think at this point it's just a matter of time. If they play by the book, they'll definitely close it out. The red team has to hope for a miracle at this point. Orianna has to get an extremely impactful, maybe 4-main shockwave, and then they could turn things around. Shen dodges the E, goes in with a taunt. Mordekaiser ults the Shen, and now Shen has to turn around and try to run. Flashes away, gets hit by the Q. Another bonk onto the head and gets killed. So Ramos goes in, gets hit by Vi's Q, and they get a double kill for the Mordekaiser. And I think it's all blown over. It's all blown over. Ramos is still going in. Passive from Orianna prevents any further follow-up. Another inhibitor goes down. Syndra is pushing the bottom lane. They're looking for 3 inhibitors. Stuns the Orianna. He's out, and Orianna is down. Another kill for the blue team. Yeah, at this point, if this was one of my ranked games, I would definitely be FFing. I would say go next. But the red team definitely looking to put up a fight. Samira trying to get aggressive, dodges from Syndra's E, uses her ultimate just to try to clear the minions. Does not do that actually. Pretty aggressive positioning here. Gets hit by the E and dies. Yeah, that's what you get when you're this behind and positioning yourself this aggressively. You're gonna get killed. And this might be the last try from the red team. Vi ults the Jhin. Gets taunted by the Ramos. Great ultimate from the Orianna. But no one dies from the blue team, and they are smashing the red team. Turrets falling left and center. Mordekaiser hits the U, hooks the Oriana, has to try to get away, gets bonked on the head and dies again. Mordekaiser carrying the blue team to victory. That was easy. What a performance from the blue team's solo laners, putting up a clinic here. Mordekaiser just, he was unstoppable. There was nothing Shen could ever do this game. It was pretty rough, and the blue team just did what they needed to. Just let yourself get carried by the Mordekaiser. That's all you had to do. I mean, I say that, but truth be told, Syndra played really, really well. The bottom lane, although they fell behind in the early game, um, did not let that early lead snowball. And the blue team just played pretty controlled, snowballs their advantage, and won the game. And guys, we are now looking to go for the semifinals of the tournament, semifinals of the day. If this semifinals is anything similar to this game, yeah, we're gonna have some fun, boys. So can't wait for that. So the thing about the blind pick system is that you might get away with picking some things that in the normal draft you wouldn't. You can play things now that are pretty punishable by certain matchups, and normally don't get picked because of that. So I'm looking to see if there will be some strange picks coming out. Like, let's say we have a Queen top lane. That's a real possibility. And Queens, when they get ahead, man, the game ends quickly. So that's a pick that I would keep my eye out for. Keep my eyes out for it, right? I think we're just getting the lobby ready for the semifinals. We should be getting into picks and bans soon. So picks I'm looking to see if are going to be repeated. Of course, Jhin is one of them. Pretty safe. Offers a lot in terms of long range initiation with the ultimate, with the W. It can be pretty aggressive in lane if played correctly. Doesn't have any bad matchups. Maybe Ashe could be a counter to it, but other than that, I wouldn't see any other matchups as being bad for the Jhin. So that's something I think we'll see again in the semifinals. Mordekaiser might actually show up once more. It's a really good champion. It can be really hard to deal with. We just saw what a fat Mordekaiser can do. It can draw a lot of attention. People will have to go to the top lane, and then he turns 2v1s in his favor. Later on, he might even turn 3v1s into his favor. So yeah, it's a pretty oppressive champion. Now, there was an instance in this past game there, in which we saw the Shen walk back when his team was going in, and it's something that I think we have to mention again, is that the teams here are always communicating in English. They have to communicate in English. It's an requirement of the tournament. So these are the instances in which miscommunications like this should could eventually happen, right? And we saw a little bit of that, but that's just part of the whole thing, and I think it's just a really small downside in comparison to everything that the players here in this tournament have to gain from the experience. Which, firstly, it's super fun. Secondly, they are using English outside of the classroom, and it's just something. It just goes to show how fun English can be and how useful it can be to you guys in, outside of the classroom. So it's not something that you learn here and never use it again. But with that said, let's get into picks and bets. Let's see what we will have for this semifinals. So Lilia being hovered here. Irelia already locked in. So if the Lilia is to be picked, which it is, this might suggest Irelia mid lane. You want to pair the Lilia with AD solo laners. This Trundle locked in. Interesting. Is it top lane or is it support? We'll have to see that. If the Pantheon gets locked in, then this would mean that Trundle is top lane. Something that doesn't get picked all that often recently. The blue team is hovering a bunch of things here. Tristana locked in. Really safe at AD carry. Very reliable. Doesn't have many weaknesses. Lucian might be the AD carry for the red team. Shaco in the jungle. Morgana gets locked in, so we have a Tristana Morgana bottom lane, Shaco in the jungle, Ari mid lane, Mordekaiser top lane. The red team, Pantheon, Lucian bot, Lilia jungle, Irelia mid, and Trundle top lane. So the game is loading up. With that, we're going to go into a quick break and we'll be back in no time. See you then.
O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
And welcome back, everybody. We're just waiting for the game to load up to get us some more of the action. So something I said that I was expecting to see more of was the Mordekaiser, and indeed he got picked again. This time around, though, I don't know if he's gonna have as much as of free time as he did before. Now that he's facing the Trundle. Yeah, he might win the early levels, but once the Trundle gets to level 6, has his ultimate, can steal away those stats, then we might see things turn around. And it seems that we're ready for game, so let's get to that. Alright, so blue team already looking for some aggression in terms of setting up the vision here. The bottom lane for the blue team, just City on the tri-bush. Pantheon might be looking to place a ward and advance towards there. Lydia just waiting for her buff to spawn. Wait, so it's Trundle jungle, Lilia top lane. What's going on here? Yeah, it is Trundle, so ignore everything I said before. We have a Trundle in the jungle and a Lilia in the top lane. So that's a matchup we don't see too often. That's a matchup I really want to see what's going to happen up there. And we have Irelia against Tanari in the mid lane. Irelia might have to play safe in the early levels and look for an all-in in level 6. Already getting poked out really heavily. Got hit by that Q. Tristana farming away here. Irelia just trying to farm, getting relentlessly poked down by the Yari. And as we pan out to the top lane, Lilia just trying to stay as away as possible from the Mordekaiser. Gets hit by the EU, gets Q on the head, and loses on the straight. Irelia under tower, farming with the Q. So far hasn't missed much in terms of minions. Will she be able to get this wave? Shaco already clearing some vision, pathing towards the bottom lane, gets spotted. Will get spotted by another ward there. Trundle looking for a link in the mid lane. Irelia goes in, misses the E. Shaco is here. She might get punished. Okay, great escape using the minion as a taxi and walks away. Shaco helping the Ari, pushing the way. Will she look for an early reset? That's possible. Mordekaiser actually contesting the Trundle in the red buff here. That's pretty smart play from the top laner of the blue team. And will help his jungler actually steal away the red buff. There isn't much Trundle can do here. Unless Lilia comes down to help, there's a teleport, flashes away from the Trundle. Shaco still goes in, and that's our first blood. Easy pickup for the blue team. Great play overall. Mordekaiser using his pressure, pushes in the wave, contests Trundle in the red buff, and oh my god, now this game gets a lot harder for the red team's jungler. Tristana scared to push the wave, uses the E. She has to play a little bit conservatively. There's a Pantheon on the other side, so that's always scary. Already looking for some trades. Great dodge from the area, and nothing happens. In the mid lane, we have a 6 CS lead for the area. Not too big of a lead, and that's expected when you have a melee versus ranged matchup. Now gets hit by the EU, some auto attacks, and nothing much. Shaco clears some vision. Pretty good vision control from the red team. Shaco was spotted 3 times already this game, looking for ganks. Very good vision control from the red team, trying to avoid Shaco's ganks. And as we can see here, they might be looking for an early Drake. And I think that they're going for it. Lilia is having a hard time in the top lane. She's significantly behind in CS. Mordekaiser with 37 CS. She's only with 13. That gotta hurt. Really just trying to farm, getting poked down. Good thing though, she hasn't been ganked this game, so although she's getting pressured, she's been able to farm. Ari ults in. Doesn't have any mana though, so might have wasted her ultimate. Shaco is in the top lane. Mordekaiser hits the E. This might be a kill, and it is. Kill for Mordekaiser. Great gank from Shaco. And the Lilia is so incredibly behind. 0-1-0, 15 CS at 6 minutes. Oh, things are looking rough for the red team's top laner. On the bright side though, bottom lane pretty stable, mid lane a little bit behind, but expected in a range versus melee matchup. So if Mordekaiser doesn't snowball too much from this early lead, the red team shouldn't be that worried, honestly. Once they get to their level 6s, that should be interesting because they have a lot of combat ultimates. Irelia's ultimate is a combat ultimate. Trundle too, Lilia too. So they might be looking for that, and then a fight might. Okay, Pantheon goes in, hits the stun, flashes in, Ignite is down. See if he hits the kill. No, he misses, and the stun escapes. It was a great all-in from the red team's bottom lane. Oh, ooh. Lucian tried to get a kill there with the E, but didn't have any mana for the kill though, so couldn't execute the Tristana. Mordekaiser again with a huge lead. And the red team's bottom lane pushes in the wave, lets it crash in against the turret, and they look for a reset. Ari trying to freeze the lane here. Really good position for her. Shaco is looking for a gank. A charm would be a great setup for the gank, but there is again a great ward there. Mordekaiser hits the E. Puts more pressure against the Lilia. She's just trying to survive this lane. Trundle pathing bot lane. Irelia farming as best as she can. Shaco is looking to take the Hip Herald for himself. There might be, I would say there might be some contest, but actually not. Trundle is bot lane, Lilia is pushed under her tower, so that's a free Hip Herald for Shaco. Harry just walked up, Set up some vision, and now she's back in the mid lane. Pantheon hit his level 6 spike. Now has his ultimate ready. Tristana has no heal, so she's pretty far back in the lane. Shaco puts down the hip terror on the top lane. That's even more problems for the Lilia. Has to give up a huge wave in the top lane. 2 free plates for the blue team. Mordekaiser is pretty happy about that. Pantheon goes in, dodges the kill with the E. Ultimate from Lucian. Tristana has to flash away. Might get kill for the Lucian. Great ultimate. Great play from the Pantheon. And now, finally, the red team have something for themselves. Now they're getting some free plates here. Morgana hits the binding, but there's nothing else to be had there, honestly. Ari is just maintaining her CS lead. Doesn't have to do much, to be honest. Her team is winning. Top lane, Jungle's already ahead too. Trundle's in the top lane. He has no ultimate. They're going for a play. They will get 2v1 here. Ultimate against the Trundle. Hits the E. Brings back the troll. Now he hits his level 6. Now he might turn this. Has to flash away but dies anyway. Lilia is trying to escape. Gets hit by the dagger and dies too. Yeah, this Mordekaiser. Okay, all in from the Ari in the mid lane, pops the ultimate, Irelia under 100 HP but survives barely. And we'll look for a reset. My god, this Mordekaiser is a real threat. And I'm puzzled by the decision of putting the Lilia in the top lane instead of the jungle, because if Trundle was top lane, at least he would be able to have his ultimate to turn the lane a little bit into his favor at level 6. Lilia has nothing. She literally can do anything to the Mordekaiser. So that was I don't know about this decision. Shaco is now clearing some vision here, looking for a gank. The red team's bottom lane is pretty aware of that. They have lots of wards here. So they will just wait for the wave to crash in. Irelia goes in against the Shaco. But she just gets away easy like that. Ignite is down. She gets killed by the Ari. Trundle now has to run for the hills. Pantheon uses his ultimate, but also has to try to escape. Ari is still trying to kill the troll. Tristana hops in with a W, and that's another kill for the blue team. 6-1. 6-1 now. And the gold lead gets blown at this point. They're almost... I mean, they are 6k ahead now. No, they're not. Yeah, my math sucks. Sorry about that. Okay. And Lilia is 32 CS at 12 minutes. That gotta hurt. Pantheon getting pulled down. We'll have to reset. Irelia is here to collect the wave. Tristana hitting away. The tower in the bottom lane. You get some free turret gold. Red team is running out of time here. If they don't make a play soon, the Mordekaiser will run away with the game once more. Just as he did last game. Irelia farming under turret. Tries to hit the E. Oh my god, what a play from the Ari. Hits the charm. Irelia has to flash away. Great play from the mid laner of the blue team. Dodges the stun with the ultimate, goes in again, hits the charm, and that's a kill for Ari. And things go from bad to worse for the red team. I don't know what we can do at this point. Oh my god, just as I say that, 2 of you run from the Lucian here. What a play from the AD carrier from the red team. Solo killing both players in the bottom lane. Mordekaiser might look for a kill here on the Lilia. Bonks her in the head. She has to retreat. And now, as a result of the great play from the Lucian, they might collect a tower and get some gold back in their pockets. And at this point, you're truly hoping for Lucian to carry you. He's 3-0. He's ahead in CS. He might be the only hope the red team have. Let's see if he can do anything about the fed solo laners in the side of the blue team. Red just trying to farm. She's 0-2-0. 30 CS down. It's rough. It's not easy, I would say. Okay, Bendio goes in. Gets ulted by the Mordekaiser. Gets bonked in the head. Will get solo killed. Mordekaiser flashes away. Lucian goes in. Will get a shutdown here. No, he has to run away because of the Shaco. Goes back in. Shaco uses his ultimate. Lucian is hitting the clone. Pops the clone, but doesn't get anything in return. And his support got killed. Also, we missed that Trundle got killed somewhere. And that's a free hip tower for Shaco. Mordekaiser also gonna take his time to steal away a red buff. When you think things can't get worse, they do. They always do. Trundle now just doesn't have any hope of really farming his jungle, so he's just mid lane trying to get any XP he can. Tristana free hitting the turret. And don't know how the red team can turn the tides of this game. They're trying to do that with Lucian here, looking for a flank, Pantheon from behind, great sleep from the Lilia, and that's an easy kill for the Lucian. Mordekaiser is here, hits the E, but has to run away. Great ultimate from the Lucian. They're fighting the Tristana too here. Pantheon goes in with the E, Tristana has to run away and gets killed by Lucian, and that might be their way back into the game. Lucian is 5-0-0 now. Harry ults away from the Pantheon, gets hit by the stun. Dashes out again. Shaco pops the ult, goes in against the Trundle. Tries to kill the Pantheon, but does not manage to. In the meantime, Mordekaiser pops the hit tower in the bot lane. We'll get a free turret here. Will he look for another charge? And the shutdown! Lucian kills the Shaco, he's flanking the area here. Uses the exhaust, gets hit by the charm. We'll get a shutdown, 750 gold in the pockets of the Lucian. Mordekaiser is solo killing the Lilia here. Bonks her in the head, and another kill for Mordekaiser. Okay, at this point, it's going to be a game of who is stronger, Mordekaiser or Lucian. Mordekaiser is 4-0-3 with a 650 bounty on his head. Lucian is 7-0-0 with a 150 gold bounty on his head. Who is the bigger carry? Well, I guess we'll find out. For now, we're gonna have the blue team getting a free Ocean Drake here. They took some turret, gold. Shaco comes in for this might here. Harry's pushing away in the top lane, might get another tower. Unless Lucian says otherwise. He might look for a dash in here. Gets poked down by Harry, just decides to farm the wave instead. Tristana and Morgana pushing away the wave in the bottom lane. Irelia will try to collect that farm. Shaco is farming his red. The blue team is not looking for much here, just pushing waves and waiting to see what the response is going to be for the red team, because they have to be the one on the aggression. They are way too far behind to just sit down and wait for the game to happen. They have to do something. So blue team just playing by the book, pushing away waves. They know they're ahead. They know they don't have to to push too much. When this Baron spawns, they will look to set up vision, bait the red team into contesting the Baron, then win a fight there, get the Baron, and then crack open the base. That's what I would be thinking if I were a member of the blue team. Shaco farming away his jungle. Arwe will collect a blue buff. She's stunned, and we're gonna push again another wave and look for a reset. Lucian has completed 2 major items, and he also bought himself a QSS. Doesn't want to get locked down by the Mordekaiser, and that's a great counter. Shaco looking for a play. Ariel's in, Lucian goes in, kills her off. The shield from the passive gets killed by the Shaco. Great kill from the Pantheon. Kills Shaco in return. That's a great play from the red team's bottom lane. Now Pantheon has to run away from the Mordekaiser. Does he have his flash? He does. If he chooses to flash in, Pantheon would definitely be dead. For now, I don't think he will. Probably thinking it's not worth burning a flash for a support. I say that, but Pantheon is not a traditional support, is he? Now the camera pans onto Lilia. I don't think I have seen her too much this game, but she's there. Completed her first item. The Andre's Torment. It's always great to have that in your pocket. Also, we haven't seen much of the Trundle 040. I think this game is all about Lucian. If Lucian manages to free hit in team fights, he might do some real damage here. He might beat the real 1v9 carry. We all know how strong a good Lucian player can be. And the red team is trying to stall out the game, funnel as much gold as they can into Lucian's pocket. Once he gets massive, then they might look for a fight. We've seen the damage he can do. And now, as I said, the moment the Baron spawns, there goes the blue team. Pantheon looking for some all-in here. This Baron is gonna go free for the blue team. No contest at all. The red team isn't even aware that they're doing that. In the 21 minutes, Baron, as Mordekaiser goes in against the Lilia, gets ulted, is Drowsy. Will he get the kill? The ultimate is still here. Woohoo! That's an easy kill for the Mordekaiser. Another one, 503. Now with the Baron top minions, they're looking to siege the mid lane tower. Pantheon goes in against the Shaco, pops the E-shield. Morgana has to flash away for some reason. Pretty good defense by the red team. Shaco's under threat here again, ulted by, oh my god! Gets one tapped by the Lucian and another kill for the man. The carry of the day. Lucian. Barry hits a binding. Lucian goes in against 3 players. Don't know if that's pretty. Oh god, he kills the Morgana anyway. Will he escape? He will get killed by the area. That was some very greedy play from Lucian. He couldn't have done that, but when you're under the pressure of carrying the whole thing, this might just happen. Mordekaiser applying pressure as per usual, drawing the attention of all the members of the red team, thus leaving the tower in the mid lane unprotected. This Mordekaiser is relentless. He will not let go of the pressure. He will hit your tower. If you don't send 3 or 4 people there to stop him, Ari goes in, pops the ultimate, and deletes the Trundle. Couldn't react at all, had his flash up, but could not use it, got charmed, and instantly killed. Another Drake for the blue team. Now they're at Soul Point. And with the Ocean Soul, okay, 4 people in the top lane trying to fight the Mordekaiser. He ults the Lucian, pops the QSS, evades the Death Realm, and they shut down the Mordekaiser. That's what I said. You have to send 4 people top lane to kill him. Pantheon ults trying to get this Morgana here. Lilia misses the skills, and they have to call it quits on the play. Shaco just pushing waves. Pantheon is here. Trundle threatening to go in, but decides against it. 24 minutes of gameplay. We have a 10k gold lead for the blue team. 3 Drakes up, Baron up. Baron is almost running out at this point, but they have collected some gold out of it, so now if they want, they could as well just wait for the Ocean Soul and then end the game from there. So it's going to require some massive mistake from the blue team to let this game slip away. Shaco looking for Lucian here. Lucian walks back. He's yet to complete his third item. Maybe once he gets that, then he can start turning the tides of these team fights. But for now, the blue team is applying pressure in the 3 lanes. Ari might get all in here. Morgana couldn't pop the Black Shield. Gets killed. Arella looking for Shaco, goes in. Deleted instantly. Now, here comes the retaliation from the red team. Or at least an attempt to retaliate. But they get nothing from it. Mordekaiser is still hitting away the tower. Gets hit by the Lilia E. Mordekaiser pulls in the Pantheon, pops the shield. Has to run away. As per usual, 3 people in the top lane, but nothing can they do about this Mordekaiser. Morgana is walking back from base. Once she is able to join her team, then they might look for an ending play here. Eri gets hit by Trundle's Peeler, stunned by Pantheon, but they don't have enough damage, so they have to walk back. Eri is pretty safe. She would still have her ultimate if it came to that. Lilia can't do anything about this top lane. She's practically a canyon minion at this point. 0-4-4. Okay, an all-in here from Morgana and Tristana. Irelia has to walk back, gets killed by the Aerie. In the meantime, there's 3 people fighting the Mordekaiser. He ults the Pantheon. Bunked in the heart, and a kill for the Mordekaiser. Lucian uses the dash in, has to flash away. Shaco goes in with the dagger, gets killed by Lucian. And Mordekaiser might get killed here too. Kills the Lilia, kills the Trundle too. What a play for the blue team's top laner. This Mordekaiser is a beast. Lucian is trying to do the best he can do here in this situation. I don't think he will be able to hold it up though. Uses the QSS to avoid the charm, gets killed by Morgana, and that's GG. Great gameplay from the blue team. And again, Mordekaiser was unstoppable. He gets a lead in the top lane. The blue team snowballs from there, and there's no recovery. And it appears that we are almost finishing the second semifinal, so we will get some images from there. Let's see what's going on here. Morgana ults the Darius, gets ulted, and it's killed. Volibear goes in. Darius 1v3, ults double kill, pulls in the Ziggs. That's a triple kill for the Darius. What a moment for us to pop in this game here. Darius definitely popping off. Easy triple kill for the man. And we might have some technical issues there. And the game apparently is over. We're gonna throw in for a quick break, and we'll be back in just a few. See you then.
O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
Guys, we're back for some more of Cultura Inglesa's League of Legends tournament. So this last game we saw Mordekaiser pop off once more. This is when it gets interesting because we're in the finals. It's a best of 3. And from the little glimpse we got of the other semifinals, apparently we have a Darius player in the other team, and he popped off too. So that's definitely a very interesting matchup. Darius against the Mordekaiser. Which one is more OP? I guess we'll find out in just a couple of minutes, right? So finals, best of 3, and this is always the time where you have to show adaptation. If it happens that you lose the first game, you have to keep your head straight. Do not let it weigh too much on your mental. If you're able to do that, it's always a possibility that you come back from the loss, you win the second game, and then you go into the third game with some really good momentum. So best of 3s are all about adaptation and all about mental strength. So I guess we'll see which team has more of that. Also, in terms of mid lane matchups, because we've seen Airy being played by the blue teams, I want to see something counter it, and we'll get to that now with picks and bans. So red team hovering Vayne, while the blue team is hovering Samira. Darius is already locked in, so that should be fun. Veigar locked in by the blue team. There's a KO being locked in, pretty strong champion in this meta. If he decides to lock this in, might be a good pick against the Darius if you don't get bullied in lane, which you shouldn't that much. Leona, Samira bottom lane for the blue team, Skarner in the jungle. So interesting, the blue team's goal has a lot of crowd control, a lot with Leona, with the Veigar cage, Skarner's ultimate. So they have a lot of setup for Samira and Darius to pop off in team fights. Let's see what the red team responds with. So Vayne, Morgana bottom lane, Kayle top lane, Irelia and Rammus. Right, so this should be spicy. Guys, we're gonna have another short break while we wait for the game to load, and I'll catch you guys back here in just a moment.
O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado, que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
And here we are, ready for a game. Game number 1 of the finals. This game is gonna be spicy. I think we can, it's pretty easy to identify win conditions from both sides. The blue team with very standard team composition. They're gonna look for team fights. They're gonna look to be the aggressors with the Leona, with the Skarner, even the Veigar. Having a good team fight is gonna be the win condition. Whereas when we look in the red side, they're gonna look to scale. They have a Kale and a Vayne. So the later this game goes, the better it is for them. So if we think that blue team is going to look to team fight, what can the red team do to prevent that? Is kite back. They're going to have to fight front to back all the time. Oh, we might get a level 2 gank from Ramos here in the bottom lane. Samira might get taunted, has to flash away. So Ramos is already burning a flash from the Samira. That's great start for the Rams. Darius in the aggression here. The Gale might get chunked out here. Oh my world, that's a lot of damage from the Darius. And that's what this champion can do to you. If you let him stick to you, you're gonna get beaten. And the lane phase is gonna get a whole lot worse. And when the owner goes in, Samira follows up. Vayne has to pop the heal, pops the flash. He's ignited, but manages to survive just barely. Blue team making use of the advantage of the level 2, and they just go in. That's what a Leona has to do, especially when you see that the Morgana doesn't have the black shield. Just go in and try to get an advantage. Now they shove in the wave. Samira looks for a reset. We'll get an easy buy here. Vayne couldn't buy anything at all. Loses a huge wave. Might get some of it, possibly, but still pretty rough back for the red team's AD carry. And we see another Irelia in the mid lane, getting pushed in by a Veigar. Darius in the aggression here once more, tries to connect the E, misses just barely. And Ramos now back in top lane. KO might feel a bit more safe and free to push in the wave. Now Darius always looking to apply pressure onto the KO. That's what you should be doing when you play against a late game champion. Connects the E. Oh my god, the TP in the back. Flashes away from the Q. Irelia is here. Does he 2v1 this? Kills the KO. He might turn onto the Irelia. Irelia has to turn away. Gets hit by the kill. My world, this Darius. And now the red team's top laner, who was the aggressor the 2 previous games, playing more the Kaiser, now feels a little bit of his own medicine and gets annihilated by the Darius. Darius is a pretty scary champion to face in the top lane. And he's pushing in the wave. We'll look for a reset. Spend a little bit of that gold that he got from the first blood. Samira and Leona pushing the wave. Vayne is just gonna have to accept that, try to farm as much as she can. KO doing the same in the top lane. It's not all doom and gloom. If you manage to not get snowballed on by the Darius and farm it out fine, then you should be okay for the rest of the game. You just have to wait, be patient. Ram was looking for a gank. Samira still doesn't have her flash, but a great ward from the Leona prevent any attempt from the Rammus. And soon Samira will have her flash back, so it will be hard to gank this lane. They're looking for a collapse. Skarner flashes in, stuns the Rammus. Leona goes in with the E stun, and that's an easy kill for the jungler. In the meantime, more aggression coming in from the Darius. Level 6. Gale is in a pretty rough spot here. Getting pushed in, and the blue team's gonna expand their lead even further by adding 3 Inferno Drake to that. Vayne and Morgana just trying to farm as best as they can. Irelia trying to apply some pressure against the Veigar. Irelia actually has accrued a pretty good CS lead. 47 to 29. Very good stuff from the red team's mid laner here. So he's going to be the bright spot for the team here. If they can play through his advantage, they might find a way back into the game. Okay, I'm just trying to... Oh, Veigar has to flash away. Darius pushing the wave. Now the Kayle trying to make use of her range here. She's not that far behind in terms of CS, 14 or so minions behind. It's not that scary. If she manages to stabilize this lane the way she's doing, then it should be okay. It gets hit by the U just as I say that. Darius going in, hits the kill, pops the ultimate. Great ultimate from the Kayle in response. Quick reaction saved her life here. Now Samira and Leona pushed in another wave, looking for a reset here, spend a little bit of that gold that they've got. Interesting purchase from the Samira. She started with a call, and that's I would say actually it's clever, given that you have a Vayne on the other side, which doesn't offer much in the early game, so you can just get some easy cash back later on. Ramos clears some vision in the mid lane. Irelia goes in, pops the ultimate. Veigar with the cage, gets stunned by the E. Great play from the Irelia, is tanking the tower. Ramos might collect the kill. What? What? What was that? What started with a great play from Irelia turned to be a disaster because she was the one to burn her flash. She thought that the Rams would have enough damage to finish off the Veigar, but that wasn't the case. She stayed there, tanked the tower 3 shots, and had to flash away. Okay, Darius. Oh my god, steals the red, now he's punishing the Kayle, and that's an easy kill for the Darius. Now Skarner aggressing against the Irelia, which doesn't have a flash. Okay, but she escapes to the safety of her tower. Vayne proccing the 3rd hit onto the Samira. And the red team has what is 1.5K lead. Leona goes in. Great stun, great ultimate, and that's a kill for Samira. Morgana has to flash away. Samira still in. Double kill for the blue team's bottom lane. Great play from the Leona. The Morgana's black shield wasn't enough to save the Vayne. Great play from the blue team's bottom lane. Darius again trying to punish this Gale, who is defenseless under this tower. Easy pickup from the duo of the blue team. And now they're looking to take the first tower of the game. This Darius is gonna get huge. Now Skarner looking for a Heft Herald. He might have time to finish the Heft Herald, go back to base, and then contest for the Drake. If the red team even tries to get any close to that rate, to the Drake. 6-0 scoreboard. Oh god, things are getting rough. And at 10 minutes of gameplay, 6k gold lead for the blue team. 6k at 11 minutes, that's bonkers. That is unbelievable. Viger just trying to farm away. He's playing safe now. Irelia goes in, pops the ultimate, hits the stun, might get a solo kill, gets stunned by the baby cage, still manages to collect the solo kill onto the Vicar. So this is why he was farming back. He was trying to stay away, but couldn't do anything, and got solo killed by the Irelia. The red team finally gets on the scoreboard. Irelia with the CS gold lead with a solo kill now. She is the silver lining for the red team. Now Kayle finally getting some gold from turret plating. She's behind this CS 0-3-0, and the Rams is getting aggressed on non-stop by the Skarner, who is stealing his blue buff. Oh my, easy as that. Just goes in, steals the blue buff, gets away as it was nothing. Morgana hits the Ute, ultimate on to the Leona. Vayne tries to make a play here. They will get solo kill. Yeah, that's a kill for the Samira. In the meantime, Ramos gets ulted by Skarner. Vigar is here. If he pops the cage, doesn't even need to touch Skarner, the Ramos. The Skarner solo kills Ramos. 8-1 is the scoreline, and the lead is getting too much for the red team to deal with. Hip Herald popped in the bottom lane. Easy turret for the blue team. They're shoving in the wave, hoping to get an extra charge against the tier 2 bottom lane tower. Leona, as per usual, walking forward, never backwards. Oh my god, Darius goes in, hits the U, hits the Q, waits for the KO ultimate, decides not to go under turret, flashes in with the Q, hits, oh my word, that's another solo kill. Already is here to try to find something back. It's the stun, it's the ultimate, shutdown goal for the mid laner of the red team. What a play for Irelia. Just when you think the game might be over, here comes the Irelia and gives you that little bit of hope that the red team might still be in the game. Great play, goes in with the Q, hits the stun, pops the ultimate, goes back in with the kill again and gets the shutdown onto the Darius. Now, all the red team has to do is stop the bleeding. Just stop giving any more kills, farm, wait for late game. You have a Kayle, you have a Vayne. If you manage to get there, if you do manage to get there, then you have a much easier time at team fights, because you're going to have the ultimate of Kayle to provide you some safety. You're going to have the reliable damage from the Vayne. But just as I say that, in goes the Leona. Where is the black shoot from the Morgana? I'm not seeing being used. And kill, double kill for the Samira. Okay, that's a double kill for the blue team's bottom lane. So, now Irelia is trying to fight the Darius here. She's taking a lot of damage. Rammus is here, then they managed to get a kill. Great response from the red team in the top lane, but they're losing a turret in the bottom lane. Morgana was not able to use her black shield. Leona with the aggression, and they get a double kill plus a turret. Now, Irelia is here trying to take down this top lane turret. It will be the first for the red team. It would be some really needed gold. They would get back into their pockets. Bigger drops the baby cage but doesn't hit anyone. Leona is in the mid lane looking for a play. She doesn't have her ultimate though, so can't find an engage. Bottom lane comes mid, try to take the turret down. Kayle just trying to clear the minion wave, doesn't manage to do that. The blue team is relentless with the pressure. They're gonna take the tower. Irelia goes into the Darius. Ramos is here again. They're looking for another 2v1. Darius has no way to escape, but manages to get a solo kill. He's turning the 2v1 around. What a great play from Darius! He manages to kill both of them. This time he played much better. And man, that's gotta hurt for the red team. Now they have free reign over the rift, putting down pressure in the mid lane. In the top lane, the Drake is about to spawn. They rotate down there, and they will get their third Drake of the game. Morgana is using her ultimate here. Okay. I think... I don't know, was that one alright? And while they do the Drake, Skarner is also looking for the hip Herald with the help of the Darius. And those are the freest objectives the blue team will ever get in their life. Now, Kayle here desperately farming away, even camp jungle camps, trying to find a way back into this game. She's 0-4-1, 100 CS, has yet to complete a single item. Finally though, hits level 11, and we'll now go back to base. Let's see if she manages to complete her first item, so she might be in a little bit of a power spike here. Yes, she does. Nashor's Tooth for the Kayle. Irelia is strong. Now, they have to just give up the idea of ever fighting Darius. The lane he is at, you stay away from. That's my only advice for the red team. Try to make a play somewhere else. Leave the Darius alone for the time being. If you manage to get a pick off somewhere, then you can go back and defend. Just don't do that. Don't go. The three of you don't. Oh my lord. Darius is popping the hip Herald. Skarner is also in the nearby area. Might look for something here. Darius clearing away some vision. So we're gonna escort the hip Herald against the bottom lane turret. Might not even. Okay. Pops the E, hits Morgana. Solo kill for the Darius, goes in, flashes in. Great gold name from the Bane, but he's still going in. Oh my word, great ultimate from the Kayle. Darius is in a rough spot here, or is he? Kayle has to flash away, gets ulted by the Skarner, and that's another kill for the blue team. Irelia hits the stun, goes back in. Oh my word, what a play from the Irelia. But Samira is a pretty broken champion, and it just to kill her. Anyway. Yep, and at this point, the game is all but over. There isn't much the red team can do. 17-3 is the scoreboard. Over 10k lead for the blue team. Hitting inhibitors. Soon they will have the Drake Soul. Yeah, man, this game is definitely rough for the red team. Ramos is looking to defend the inhibitor, decides against it. Skarner tanking the tower. Oh, Veigar, no! Alright, that's a blunder if I have ever seen. Veigar took way too many turret shots and decided to flash after he was already dead. But that's the benefit of being this far ahead. It doesn't even matter that he burnt his flash and died to the turret, because his team is way too ahead. So now they're gonna reset, they're gonna look for setting up vision in the Baron pit, I believe. And that should be a free objective. I don't think there's any way that the red team can contest this Baron. And once they get the Baron, then they just have to group in the mid lane, take the turrets, take the third inhibitor, and just go from there. Pushing in the waves. Skarner farming away his red buff. Red team now walking together, trying to farm minions as much as they can. Baby Cage from Veigar hits 2, forces the ultimate from the Gale. And as easy as that, they just walk up the mid lane, force the ultimate from the Gale, walk back. Now, might look for the Baron, or you can even wait for the Drake, which is about to spawn. Double stun from the Irelia. It just walks away. Darius going in. Morgana pops the ultimate, misses the blinding, gets hit by the Q. Ramos taunts the Darius, not best of choices, buddy. Gets an X to the head and eyes. And another Q onto the Morgana. Now they just have to start hitting the turret, and this should be done and dusted in any time. Blue team decides to go for the mountain soul here. Then they could just rotate to the Baron, take the 1-2, reset, get some more items in the inventory, just go for the last push and end this game already. Vayne and Irelia showing farm in the bot lane. Now the blue team positions in the Baron pit. They started. There's no way the red team can contest it, so it's a free Baron. Ramos is here, trying to get some vision, gets all in by the Leona. KOs him to provide him some support. And that's a Baron for the blue team. They reset, get some more items, and then you just have to go for the final push in the mid lane and just get it over with. Alright, they're farming away. She has yet to complete her third item. In comparison, when you look at the Darius, the man has 3.5 items completed. And that's just unfair, isn't it? Samira with a scoreline of 702, perfect KDA. Blue team walks in the mid lane, buffing the minions, hitting the turret. Red team just trying to keep the minion wave away. Darius goes in, hits a double wave, forces the flash out of the Vayne. Vayne pops the ultimate, but there's no way she can get back into this fight. Samira goes in, finishes off the kill, goes on to the Rammus, another kill for the Samira. KO is bleeding away in the bush and gets double for the Darius. And that's game for the blue team. What a performance. Pretty much flawless all across the board. An easy game for the blue team. And that's GG. What a performance from the blue team. This Darius, just much like the Mordekaiser was in the last game, was an absolute monster. There was no way to deal with him. And yeah, there wasn't much the red team could have done. And also, I don't think the bigs helped them that much. Having two scaling carries in your composition is not the best way of playing the game at this point. And let's see what's going to be their adaptation for the next game. Guys, we're going to throw it for a short break, and then we're going to be back in 3 minutes.
O inglês une todas as culturas e transforma um mundo em um só. E faz parte da cultura inglesa trazer este mundo até você. Aprender inglês de verdade, de forma dinâmica e divertida, com aulas ao vivo pela internet, faz parte da cultura inglesa. Com os professores mais capacitados do mercado, que te ajudarão a falar inglês desde a primeira aula. Ser a escola de inglês mais completa, com as melhores condições de pagamento, faz parte da cultura inglesa. O mundo faz parte da cultura inglesa.
Hey guys, welcome back to the second game of the finals of the day. We just saw a great performance from the Darius in the top lane. If he decides to pick that champion again, he's going to be a real threat for the enemy team to deal with. And let's see how the red team is going to adapt after suffering a very, very bad beating. Let's see how they deal with that in this next game. So something I personally expect to see change this next game is the picks from the red team. Going in with 2 scaling carries, it's not a good strategy in this current meta. You have to have more fighting ability in you from the early game, from the get-go, honestly. And they did not have that with a Vayne and a Kale. So that's something I'm looking for a change here. If they do that, and if they don't get too shaken by what happened last game, then we might actually get a series in our hands, right? I'm sure we're all hoping for that. So we're just waiting on the player to load the game, and we're gonna bring you the action in just a few more moments. If I'm the red team, also something that I would take from last game is that my mid laner can have a winning matchup and actually get us an advantage. So why not trying to form a strategy around that? A strategy that focuses on your mid laner. You've seen what he's able to do. There were instances in which he almost brought you back into the game from a very difficult situation. So why not doubling down on that now? Give him something with a lot of agency, something that might even impact the map a lot, and go from there. I think that would be your best option. As for the blue team, I think you don't have to change much. Honestly, why would you try anything else when you're actually beating them handedly, right? And I think that's exactly what they will do. They will stick to what works for them. Pressure in the top lane, pressure in the bottom lane, and a jungler that serves those purposes, going to the side lanes and actually benefiting from this pressure. But let's get to picks and bans here. Vigar again, already locked in. Skarner once more, and Darius. Skarner locked in. We might have the exact same home from the red team, from the blue team actually, sorry. Now they're at the red position, right? And so much needed change in the jungle. Hecarim will be played. Aatrox in the top lane. Morgana was already locked in as the support once more. Azir being hovered. Okay, we have a mirror matchup. Vigar on both sides. Okay, so but there is a difference here. We might be getting a Morgana Vigar bottom lane. Yeah, that is definitely the case. Against the Leona's mirror once more. So just as I said before, for the red team, why change? Stick to what worked. You played really, really well. You don't have to change anything at all, and that's exactly what they're doing. As for the blue team, they made some adaptations. Let's see how this will work out for them. Let's go for a short break, and then we'll go back to the match. See you then. And let's get to it, everybody. Finals time. Second match of the game. Adaptation in the draft from the blue team. A little bit less of scaling, but still there is scaling from Zier and also the Vigar. But a little bit more coming from the Aatrox in the early game. Both teams with a very standard start. Hackring starting in red, Skarner starting on his blue. Darius with the late invade, drops a ward in the enemy blue buff, pretty smart play from him. Aatrox against Darius is an interesting matchup that we have here. Let's see how well the Aatrox fares up against the Darius. Some heavy trading going on already. Darius appears to have won that one for a slight margin. Azir poking the Veigar in the mid lane, pushing him in. Darius with the level 2 advantage, putting some heavy pressure onto the Aatrox. Finally gets his level 2. The bottom lane, of course, you have a Vigar. In the bottom lane, you're gonna get pushed in. There's no way around that. Leona goes in with the E, pretty aggressive. Veigar puts down the cage, but gets a grasp done by the Samira. Gets chunked down to 25% of his HP and almost gets first blooded here. Now he has a huge wave to collect some farm on. Hackering looking for an early gank in the mid lane. Vigar pops the flash, gets hit by the E, gets killed, and gets a kill in return. Hackering making his presence known from the get-go. Gets a first blood, but gets killed in return. Leon and Samira. Okay, Darius hits the E. My word, Darius already dominating the top lane. Pretty hard matchup for the Aatrox. Skarner looking for something in the mid lane. Just lands an E and has to walk back. Now Aatrox trying to trade back against this Darius. Has already a CS lead. 3 minutes into the game. Leona not allowing any space for the Vigar to farm. Morgana throws the binding, misses though. Vigar tries to walk up to the minion wave. Pretty good throws from the red team's bottom lane. And now Vigar's gonna have a horrible time farming. Leona tries to go in with the E, but just barely misses it. Now the freeze is gonna break. Hackram is here. Might be looking for a gank. Vigar lays down the cage, hits the Leona. Hackram with the E. Ooh, flash away from the Leona. Samira looking for some retaliation. Gets down some damage, but that's it. Hackram managed to burn the flash from the Leona, and now he's trying to farm his crowds. The Darius getting traded on by the Aatrox, goes in, very good trade by him. He'll have to flash, burns the flash out of the Darius. Great play from the Aatrox. Now it's his time to turn on the aggression. Goes in with the kill, lands, flashes in, and a solo kill. Great play from Aatrox. The Darius has been the aggressor, but turns on him and gets solo killed. Now he has to TP back into the lane, catch this wave under turret. The Aatrox goes back and will get to spend the money he collected from that kill. And now the minion lead that Darius had acquired is significant less. Leona still without her flash might be the target for a gank soon. Hecarim though is in the top side, going behind the Vigar, who has no flash. Azir goes in, and that's just easy. A Vigar with no flash, trying to farm past the river. There's no way you can escape alive from that. And that's a very different game from the first one. The blue team now with a gold lead. Not really, actually. They're just with a lead on the scoreboard, 3-1. Hecarim contesting the Skarner here. He has the help of the Aatrox, lands the chain, goes into the Skarner. Now they're changing focus to the Darius. Azir is here, and that's a kill for the Hecarim. Now the Skarner has to escape, flashes away. There's no minion wave, so they might still look for a dive, but without a minion wave, that would be hard. Great cage from the Veigar avoids the stun from the Leona. There's a black shield on top of the Veigar, so nothing to be hatched. They're still proxying the wave here, keeping this Skarner there defenseless, just waiting for the minion wave to crash. Azir has managed to crash in the wave, and now they go for the kill. That's some great play from the blue team. What a turn of events here in the second game. 5-1 is the blue team's advantage now. Leon and Samira trying to get some vision. They lay down wards there. Go back into lane. Vigar now farming away in the middle. He might be the target of another gank of Hecarim. Azir goes in, ults the Vigar back. He has no way to escape, except the baby cage prevents them from getting the kill. But he's running towards enemy territory with... not sure that TP was needed, but okay. A kill for the Aatrox. Leona goes in with the E under turret. Pretty aggressive stuff from her. Still alive, but nothing gained. Now the Darius trying to win the trade. He has 4-5 stacks on top of the Aatrox. If the ult comes down, it's gonna be some heavy damage here. He missed the timing though, but still might get the solo kill. No! The Hecarim was there, but still Aatrox died from the blood. 7-2 is now the scoreline. Blue team with a 900 gold advantage. This Azir is farming away. A great ultimate from the Leona. Samira goes in, gets stunned by the baby cage, blocks the ultimate from the Veigar. And blows traded from both sides. I would give the advantage for the red team here. They might still look for another try. But Hecarim is here. If they don't retreat now, they might get killed. Luckily, they had a very well-placed ward in the tri-bush. Vigar just farming away. He's a little bit down ECS. 20 to be precise. Hecarim is the strongest member by far from the blue team. 5-1-1, 500 bounty on top of his head. Now the Aatrox just trying to get some vision for his team. Azir pushing the wave. Skarner has not been able to have the same impact he had the previous game. Now he's pathing towards the top lane. Aatrox lands the chain. Does not opt to go in. Gets hit by the Q from Darius. Some trading going on. Aatrox appears to be winning, but Darius pulls him back in. Gets the ultimate. That's a solo kill from the Darius. In the meantime, Hecarim is trying to kill the Vigar. Again, this Vigar is just too easy of a target for the Hacker, which is huge. 6-1-1 now. Leona goes in against the Viger. Great baby cage, but he gets killed anyway. Samira on the board. And the red team is starting to turn things around. Some very good plays from the blue team in the beginning, but now the red team might be turning this in their favor. Leona tanking the dragon. They might look for a reset here. Hecarim has to keep putting pressure on the map. Darius looking for a dive. Skarner is behind Aatrox. They're proxying the wave. Drop down the Hip Herald. If they take this turret, the Aatrox is pretty much dead. And that's what they're doing. Hecarim is trying to get here. Stun from this corner. Aatrox flashes away, gets ulted. Pulled back by the Darius. Good flash away. Has to keep kiting. Good damage onto the Skyner, but gets killed. Now the Hecarim is turning this around. Darius with a great kill. 5 stacks on top of the Hecarim. Hecarim has to go away. Once the stacks run down, he might look to turn this around. Decides not to. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Both junglers, the top laner for the blue team dead, and the jungler for the red team dead. Now Darius should be very far behind it. In all honesty, he's definitely not. He has a 30 plus CS lead. Now the score is pretty much the same for both of them. And it's impressive how good this player can be on Darius. Got abused on in the early game, turned it around, and has not let the pressure go from there. Skarner farming the wolves. We're gonna try to set some vision there. Samira batting down here. Leona is positioning very aggressively, looking for a all-in, maybe gets hit by the binding. Morgana walks in, gets stunned. Where's the black shield? Does not use it, and that's an easy kill for the Samira. Great play from the red team's bottom lane. And little by little, they crawl their way back into the game. Hecarim is here though, looking for a kill. Oh, spears the Morgana, goes in with the E, gets a stun, gets ulted. Might not even get a kill, kills the Morgana, but gets killed by the Samira. And the 4 members of the red team in the bottom lane looking to take the star. Flash by Skarner. Great ultimate. Azir with the ultimate in response goes in, gets stunned by the baby cage. Samira with the kill. Great play from the red team. Samira ults the wave just to make sure that they get the first brick. And that they do. Aatrox hitting the tower in the top lane. He could have used his teleport to try to help his team. Decided against, and this Samira now is looking scary. 4-0-4. One major item completed. Baby cage onto the Skarner. Just take the big hug and walks away. Hecarim is here though. Goes in with the Skarner trying to find a way to escape, and he does. Darius with a 30 CS lead onto the Aatrox. Mid lane Viger here. 1-4-1, pretty far behind at this point. Bob maybe has a chance of finding his way back into the game if he manages to keep farming like this. Yazir participated in 4 kills, unfortunately for him. He did not get any single one of them. These would have been so great for him to have a couple of those kills. But now he has to just be happy about the farm he's got. Still ahead of the Vigor anyway. Red team has stabilized the game. Now they are the ones with the gold lead 3k. Gold lead Darius going in once more. Ultimate from the Aatrox. Darius dodges, hits the Q, lands the ultimate. The Aatrox will have to flash away. Doesn't have his flash, kills the Aatrox. Hackering trying to fight back and gets the shit down. Veigar with the baby cage onto the Leona. Ultimate from the Morgana. Misses the binding though. That gives the chance for the Leona to flash away and escape with her life. In the meantime, Samira just farming. Kakurim gets ulted by the Skarner. Skarner pulls him in the direction of Veigar. Teleport coming in from the Aatrox. Veigar flashes, misses the baby cage though. But the Skarner is relentless and kills Akron. Skarner is here with the help of the Azir. They corner Veigar, get an easy kill onto him. Now Skarner has to run away. Really speedy Scorpion though. Uses the Blast Cone to get away. Yeah, really speedy Scorpion. So 1 Q traded on each side. Now Darius looking for the mid lane turret. Samira and Leona onto the tier 2 in the bottom lane. Now Hackran will have to get down here and try to get something done. Darius just trying to push in the wave. Goes in, tries to hit the E onto the Azir. Does not manage to do so. Red team with the 2-dragon lead. Now setting up vision for the 3rd trade. If they manage to get that, then they will be at soul point. That's when things get really, really tough for the blue team. Darius applying pressure on the tier 2 in the bottom lane while his team marches down for the Drake. A mountain zone would go a long way. Darius pulls in the Veigar, forces his flash, gets hit by the binding. Skarner ulted, and a Q went onto the Hakram, and that's a free Drake for the red team. Darius got killed in the bottom lane, but that's worth because he was just there to apply pressure and keep both Veigar and Morgana there. So that got a free Drake for the red team. Leona checking the bush with the E, pretty smart from her. Lays down the ward. Aatrox looking to contest. They're going for 2nd hit Herald. Aatrox is here. TP from the Veigar. Gets instantly hooked by the Darius. Oh, that's a Lappy teleport if I've ever seen one. Not the best of the teleports from the Veigar. Got instantly killed. Now the red team is looking to take this turret down. Use the hit herald. Azir has to ulti the Skarner away. Now Herald is going to get a charge. And that's the 2nd tower in the mid lane. A fight in the jungle. Ultimate from the Veigar. Aatrox is killed. Ultimate onto the Hakrim. Pulled by the Skarner. No way to get out. Samira goes in. And Skarner gets a kill onto the Hakrim. Now that's pretty greedy from the Darius. But manages to hits a brilliant kill in an ultimate. And gets an easy double kill. What a play from the top laner of the red team. And we've seen now 2 sides of this red squad. The one when they're ahead and they completely snowball the game. That's great. And now we've seen the ones when they're behind, they keep their composure, they go for plays when they need to, and they fight their way back into the game. And that they did. Now look at the gold lead that they've acquired. Over 6k gold lead at 20 minutes, 3 drakes, plenty of turrets taken down. Only one of theirs was taken down in the top lane, and they have got a really firm grip of the game at this point. Hecarim just trying to farm his red, while the red team is at Baron, and they are not planning on letting go of the pressure. Going for the Baron here, pretty safe. No way the blue team can fight for this. They're all bottom lane. Darius is just looking for the Aatrox in the top lane at this point. Left lane position, goes in, hits the E, hits the Q. Stacks are up. Skarner with the ultimate ults on top of it, and that's an easy kill for Skarner. And the Aatrox was one of the bright spots in the early game, now is getting targeted left and right by Skarner. Hecarim goes in against the Skarner. He's healing a bunch, but not enough damage. Morgana with a long distance ultimate. Samira goes in, double kill from the Vigar. Hecarim has to run away. Uses the E, uses the minion as taxi, and manages to escape. Now another easy turret for the red team, and they're not planning on stopping. They're going for the tier 3. They have minions in the mid lane, waiting for the minions on top lane. Darius is already hitting the turret. Great play from the Aatrox here to stop them. Darius has to escape, flash away from the Leona, and the blue team fight them off. The Drake will be up soon though, and I don't know about that, but Skarner with a Mountain Soho is gonna get unkillable. There's no one in the blue team that's gonna be able to do damage to this Skarner with a Mountain Soho. The shielding, also the choice of rune. It's a pretty slippery and tanky Scorpion at this point. Now they're going for the blue, waiting for the dragon to spawn. Blue team trying to contest vision. Leona might want to go in here. Flash from the Skarner, pulls the Vigar. Easy target for them to kill. Great Zonias. Hecarim has no way of getting in. Double kill as easy as you want. And that's gonna make the Drake just a formality. Mountain Soul for the red team. Darius is still going in. Relentless aggression from here. Flash in, kill out. Another kill. That's a great play from the red team's top laner. Brunelas is the MVP of this match, and that's for sure. Great play. They have the Mountain, so they still have the Baron, and they're taking the inhibitor. Darius gets hit by the binding. Double cage from both Vigars. Darius pulls 2 members in, hits the kill, kills one. Hecarim is down. Samira is popping off now. Double kill for the Samira. And that's gotta be it, my dudes. That's gonna be the championship for the red team. Taking down the turrets. Azir is here trying to put up a last stand, but there's no way he can fend off 5 players. And that's GG. Oh, they're deciding to go for some BM on the fountain. TP onto the fountain. Yeah, just hit the Nexus. Great performance from the red team on the day. Really impressive stuff. All props to them. They had to fight their way through an early game disadvantage. That they did. Darius, this Darius player is just bonkers. He's too good. He's just too good. But props props to all the red team. Great game from them on the day. Guys, do not forget that tomorrow we have more games coming your way. It's going to be the great finals. Same time tomorrow. I expect you guys here. See you then. Bye-bye.